Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to do a lesson on completing the square. So this is the lesson before Chapter 2C, completing the square in vertex form. Now let's just think for a minute about completing the square in vertex form and what we've done so far. Let's remember that we started this entire course talking about y equals a x minus h squared plus k. And that is vertex form. And we started off talking about this and graphing this and coming up with different things that we can do with vertex form. And then we moved on from vertex form and we started talking about standard form. And this is in fact standard form. And then from standard form, we talked about graphing it and being able to see the y-intercept from it. And then we slowly moved on to factored form. And this was factored form. Now, we've spent some time and we've learned how to go from standard form to factored form. And that was through factoring. We spent some time and we learned how to go from factored form back to standard form, and that was through a process called expanding and simplifying. And we learned how to go from vertex form into standard form, again by expanding and simplifying. We had to follow the order of operations in this one. So what we need to do now is we need to figure out how to go from standard form. Do you see the arrow that's missing? We're missing the arrow to go from standard form back to vertex form. And that process of going from standard form into vertex form requires a process called completing the square. So we're going to learn a new skill today. We're going to learn something that's called completing the square, and it's going to allow us to go from standard form back up into vertex form. And then we're going to use that to further our knowledge about quadratics. Okay, I'm going to stop there and we'll be right back.